What's up, YouTube? I'm doing the rear brakes on a BENZ E350, and I'm just gonna start off by removing these two tabs that cover the caliper pin slide bolts. And I got the bottom one off, then I take the upper one, and from here I'm gonna be using a 7mm hex to remove the bolts. So once I get the top one off, then move to the bottom one. Now once those two are removed, I gotta take this bracket off, and it's just to stick a flathead screwdriver in and pry the upper out and then the lower, and once you pry on it, it pops right out. So I'll just go back and further remove the caliper pin. Just make sure they're out all the way, that way the caliper could slide up. Get those out, slide the caliper up and out of the way. Okay, so from here it's the rear, so I could push the piston back in by hand. Press on here and on this side, and I'm just gonna push that in. Or use the brake tool to put against this old pad, and you twist that in and it pushes it in. So now the next thing is going to be to get the sensor out, and you can see the sensor right here. It's plugged in into the pad, so I just stick my screwdriver right in this little groove right here and just gently pry it out, and then all I gotta do afterwards is do better if I take the pad out, and all I gotta do is just grab it and pull it out. So before I install the new pads, I'm actually just putting some anti-squeal on the caliper and on the piston, so wherever the pads are gonna touch on the caliper, I'm actually gonna just give it a light coating of some anti-squeal. That way, you know, minimize any kind of brake noise that I may get driving down the road. And there's actually a clip that goes on the sensor. Try not to lose it when you take the old pads off. It's a little metal clip. So once you put it back on the sensor and you snap the sensor in, it'll actually hold it in place. And just gotta line it up, get a better angle here, and make sure it's lined up and snap it right in. Now I just got to make sure I get the other pad. Just give it a light coating. Try not to go too crazy on it. And that should be good. Just gotta add a little more anti-squeal to the rear pad. Just give it a once over, double check, make sure everything is secure. And now I'll just reinstall the caliper. Make sure that's lined up. There we go. So from here I just gotta screw the caliper slide pins back in. Get the upper one in. Make sure the lower one is lined up. Screw that one back in. Torque them down to spec. And for this little plate right here, I just snapped the top portion in like so. Make sure the bottom is lined up. Once it's lined up, I just push on it, snaps right in. It's nice and secure. Put those tabs back on that covers the slide pins. And once those are on, give it a final inspection. Make sure everything is secure. Sensors plugged in. Everything's screwed back on. Nothing's loose, nothing's shaky. And that's it. Now please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.